Hi, I'm HEALYMEANS. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a Backyard Shenanigans video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in today's video. And I would say it's gonna be quick, but y'all, I don't know, because I say I'm gonna do a quick garden tour, just show you backyard shenanigan renovation progress, and then it end up being a half-hour long. So I'm gonna try to make this quick. I just want to show you my progress in doing the 2026 backyard shenanigans renovation, beautification, winter projects kind of deal and all of that. Let's see. And of course the sun is right in my eyes, and so I actually cannot see what I'm recording. But these are my 3 green stalks. I have herbs and vegetables. In this one, this is garlic. These are those 7 varieties of garlic that I got from My Gardener, and then this one is just more herbs and vegetables. I'm gonna unzip them and just, you know, show you a quick peek. Trying to do this with one hand. I see some stuff that's kind of sprouting up. This green stalk is not getting enough sun, and I have these insect protection covers on there to protect from insects, of course, but I think it might be, I think this might be kind of hampering the growth and progress. I don't think this green stalk is getting enough sun, and I haven't been turning it like I want to. So I might move them like in this area somewhere. Maybe just this one. I can leave these 2 where they are, but I might move this one. So that's what the inside of this one looks like. Let me zip this up. And then let me just show you this one. I'm sorry, y'all. So see, and kind of same thing. So I got something growing down here, and I can see like a little bit in some of the pockets, y'all. I don't want to turn this around because I'm trying to do everything with one hand. But this is what these green stalks look like. And then the last one, the one that I just showed you, and this one are 3 of the original tiers. So the 10-inch deep pockets. And these are the 4-foot green stakes that I put in to lift them up off the ground. The insect covers are long, and see, even with those stakes, they kind of just touch the ground. But when I didn't have the stakes in there, it was dragging the ground. Every time I moved the green stalk, the netting was getting caught under the wheels. This is my garlic, and let's see what we have here. All right, we have a lot of growth, and I did mulch these with some hay. I don't see growth in every pocket, but I do see a lot, and the ones on the top, of course, have more growth than the ones on the bottom, just because I think they're getting more sun. Y'all, I'm really thinking that I'm gonna have to take these insect covers off, but I am just paranoid because of the issue that I had with the aphids eating my elephant garlic, my garlic, and my onions. They were all over them everywhere, and I know that what I'm eating is under the soil. Just to see all of those aphids all over the greens, just, y'all, they got me. And I eat the greens too. Here is the rest of patio row. This is my Spice Z Nectar Plum. These are my 8 varieties of dragon fruit. They look like they're growing. They look like they're surviving. I have some growth up on the top. I did have a lot of that cactus rust. They had it, and I was gonna treat it. Here, you can see it here. I was supposed to treat it with the peroxide, and I was gonna do it and gonna do it and gonna do it, and I didn't. But the dragon fruit seemed to be recovering. I think that came about because of all of the moisture that we had back in November, December time frame, where it had rained on and off like 2 or 3 days for like 3 weeks in a row. And I think that's what, it was too much water. But now that is drying up, they seem to be looking good, and I see like new growth in several spots. So this is good. This is a cherimoya, and I have some leaves that have turned yellow and brown. I didn't pick them off. I didn't do anything to it. The tree seems like it's not really that harmed. I might take them off, you know, I might not. But this is my cherimoya. This is my white sapote, and it is just growing very well. Y'all, this was the avocado that I was trying to save. But y'all, I think it's dead. I think it's dead. So, but this is just a small 1 gallon pot. So, I mean, you know. This is my August Pride peach tree, and if y'all remember, go back and watch my videos where when I got this tree, it was full of leaves, everything was looking healthy. Then it had got to the point where I just thought it was 100% dead. And then it like came back to life. So this is this stone fruit. So the peach and the nectar plum stone fruit, they are in their dormant stages right now. That's why you don't see any leaves. They just look like they dead, but you can see the buds. Hopefully it is focusing. You can see the buds. So it looks like I'll have plenty of branches and stuff come the springtime, y'all. But it's so warm. It's hot out here right now. This sun is tearing my face up, like temperature wise and brightness wise. This is my cocktail grapefruit, and this is on its way to being very productive. One of the fruit fell off last week, so I have one here, and then I have one back there. But you see all the flowers and the buds coming in. But I'm gonna tell y'all, this tree, you see this right here? I am definitely suffering with this. It's bad. It doesn't affect the fruit, but it's just horrible to look at. And so I'm going to do the water spray. I can manually scrape them off. I can do neem and Castile soap. That is one thing that I was doing, but you have to repeat the process. You have to repeat the, oh look, all right, there's another one right here. Okay, that one is kind of big. And then the last thing over here in patio row are my banana trees, and you can see a new leaf coming in right here in the middle. This one, I don't think I have a new leaf coming in, or maybe that one was the new leaf and it already unfurled. So these are my banana plants. They are doing well. Leaves kind of shredded. I think that was from the high winds that we had also during that November, December time frame. But the trees, they look, well, they're not trees, they plants, banana plants. They look healthy to me. I did liquid fertilize everything maybe just 3 days ago, like everything. I did it to the green stalks. I did it to everything on patio row. And I also did it to just a few other remaining plants that I have growing right now. So let's go see that. Alright, so here is my apple tree, y'all. I never picked off the old apples, so all of the apples still sitting on there. I need to get them off. I will. But I'm already noticing that I have a lot more leaves on my tree than what I did last year. And this is not even the waking up period, even though I do have a few apple blossoms coming in. This is still not, you know, like the waking up period. It's still only January. So I feel like my tree is going to be a lot fuller this year than what it was last year, and I'm very thankful about that. This is Aunt Jerry's raised bed, and I had to cut off some of the stuff. So all of this stuff you see right here was that edible flower mix, and it was growing into this little passageway right here. So I had to cut a lot of that stuff off, trim some stuff back. I'm pretty sure that this is a sunflower of some sort. I have to go back and look and see what was included in the edible mix. But yeah, a lot of growth right here. I had to trim some stuff back because it was blocking the hummingbird feeders. My lemon tree, I have a lot of lemons, y'all. They coming in, more growing, flowers, blossom. I have like every stage of lemon growth on this tree right now at one time. So the lemon tree is looking really good. I think this is going to be a more productive year than last year. Y'all, y'all remember this? Like, I was supposed to throw this away, like, I don't know, probably back in November, December time frame, y'all, and it's still sitting there. But these are the 2 beefsteak tomatoes. This is that amaranth that I'm telling y'all, I promise you, I did not grow. And I just been leaving it. I obviously, I just left it all here. I haven't done anything to it. This is the basil, and it is starting to leaf out again. Here are my miracle leaf of life plants, and I'm thinking about putting them in here. You see, I have all of my trash cans are empty, and I just put these back here because I don't think I'm gonna need them for a while. The only problem I'm thinking, y'all, because this miracle leaf of life, I know when I put it in this container, it's gonna take off. It's gonna be big and it's gonna get heavy, and I have a concern about it possibly blocking some of the access to my lemons. But then whatever I plant here on the end, that might block that. So I don't know if I should just keep them in this small pot. I mean, this is a 15-gallon pot, and this is probably like a 3-gallon pot. But I want to put all of them together. But then I also was thinking I should have at least 2 separate places where they're growing. Y'all, I don't know, but I have this here as a placeholder to put the miracle leaf, but I'm not sure yet. Y'all, this is like all weeds. All of this, as beautiful as they are, that's all weeds. I did not plant any of that. All weeds. Y'all, this is still my failed rice challenge 2025. Yo. I believe this is 2 tomato plants. It has to be some kind of dwarf or midget or half variety, determinate something. I'm trying to let it grow out to see what it is, but I think I had tomatoes in here. But some of these buckets I had put beans and cucumbers in. And so I don't know, y'all. I have to see what's going on with that. This was the diamond bell pepper plant, y'all. I'm gonna pull this out. I know it's dead. And the weeds, y'all, the weeds are just taking over. That rain and probably the wind blowing weed seeds all over everywhere. Of course, they just happen to end up in my bucket. Here is my rosemary. The plant that just keeps on giving no matter what I do or don't do. Y'all, I still have not taken off. These are pretty much rotted jujube plant fruit, and I still never took them off. This looks like it's dead, but I promise y'all it's not. I thought I had killed this plant the first winter, where it just looked like this, like a pile of dead sticks. But I promise you, when the warm weather comes, you'll see the leaves, you'll see the fruit, and it'll be right back new again. These are the black cobra hot peppers, y'all. This plant, when I tell y'all I have not done anything to this plant, and it looked like I haven't done anything to it, but it's just there. Every so often I'll pick off a pepper or 2. These things are very hot though, so you know, it's like 1 pepper per whole pot of dish for me. These are all empty pots that I'm going to redo. This is probably a 45-gallon pot or something. I can't remember, y'all, but this is where my earthworms are, if they're still in there, y'all. Another thing that I have not touched or done anything for. At first I had them in these gray containers. This is actually a worm bin, if I put it all together correctly, but I, for some reason, dumped everything into this black nursery pot, and it's been there ever since. Here are the 2 grape plants. These are the 2 grape plants. This might be the Thompson seedless, and I think this is the Mars grape. But as you can see, there are flowers, and look at that. Ha ha ha, a little bunch of grapes. I'm gonna take that off though. So the plan is to repot these into some of the 2 of the 20-inch bloom nursery pots. And the container is a little bit wider than this at the top. Might be as deep, but it's a little bit wider. So a little bit larger container. And that's what I want to do. I just haven't done it yet because I'm still trying to see how I'm going to build up my little vineyard spot for the grape plants. They will be going on the 15-gallon bucket stand. I just want to build the trellis structure or whatever I'm going to do for that. I want to build that up first before I repot the grapes, and that's going to be coming soon. These are, y'all, what let me see, what are these? Let me hold on, y'all. Let me see. Get that garden wipe off. Hold on. And let me see. Of course, y'all, the juice squeezed like all over the place. These are good. I don't remember what kind, y'all, but I had like Tiny Tim. I had Spoon. I don't think it's Spoon because the spoons are red. Maybe, y'all, I can't remember, but it was some kind of dwarf mini cherry something. This is my eggplant that just keep growing back. Every time I say, okay, I'm gonna pull this up and I'm gonna start over, whatever, then I start getting more flowers and more eggplants. So I'm gonna leave it. I did put liquid fertilizer in it. I am going to leave it, but all of these 5-gallon buckets, I have to dump and sift and refresh all of this soil in all of these containers. So that's the next thing that I'm going to be doing, that and working on my 15-gallon bucket stand. As you can see, it has been stripped bare, and it was a time doing that. This is most of the soil that was sifted from these nursery pots and buckets, and the water the same water, y'all. If anything, this is going to be hydrated soil, but this is the soil that I'm going to use to put back in these containers. And you can see I have the 20-inch bloom containers, and then I have 15-gallon bucket, 20-inch bloom, 15-gallon bucket, 20-inch bloom. And then at the top here, these 2 gray ones, these are where the grape plants are gonna go. And then I have 15-gallon, 15-gallon, 15-gallon. So that's how that's gonna go. And you can see, so I use these 6-foot stakes. This is what I had, and then this ladder mesh. This is how this is what I had for the grape plants before, and I'm gonna reuse this. But I think what I'm gonna do is some kind of way I'm going to fasten the ladder mesh to these 6-foot, the green stakes, and I'm gonna have it against the fence here, so when the grapes grow, I can have them grow like that instead of up and over. That way, when I need to get to other plants, and if I have to pull a pot out, I won't have to worry about disturbing the grapes. So that was my plan with that. This is my new graveyard. Well, first of all, let me back up, y'all. I was able to create an additional growing space. So this is for my grow bags. I believe this is 45-gallon, and that might be 35-gallon. I'm gonna fill this with more soil and amendments and everything, and I think I'm gonna put potatoes. I'm gonna grow potatoes in here. I was thinking about asparagus, but I don't think a grow bag is a good spot for asparagus, y'all, but I don't know. But anyway, my first plan was about potatoes. So I took some of the soil out of the containers that I've been emptying and just put it in there. This has to be refreshed and all of that. This is the new pepper graveyard, y'all. So these are all of the pepper plants that I took out of the nursery pots, pepper plants that I had in some of the 5-gallon buckets, all of that kind of stuff, and I just put them temporarily here. They are all in 1-gallon nursery pots, and they are just here until I figure out where I'm gonna put them or what I'm gonna do with them. You know what, maybe the nursery pot that I was gonna put the miracle leaf, maybe that's a good spot for these pepper plants. I don't know, y'all, but they're still alive. They're still very green, and y'all know I cannot, like, I can't do it. I can't throw it away. I can't do it, y'all. So this is the new pepper graveyard in this grow bag, but this is temporary because I'm going to use this grow bag to grow something. So I have a new growing space, and these are the 2 yellow pallets that I didn't use after I refurbished the main garden, which we're about to see next. But yeah, I have a new growing space. So I have grow bags, I have my 15-gallon stand, I have my 5-gallon buckets here on the yellow pallets, and then I have the 5-gallon bucket stand. Of course, this is my mini royal cherry tree in dormancy, trying to come out of it, but I have to prune these branches. I have a lot of branches to prune, and I'm part of a garden group that trades scions, so branches for different fruit trees and stuff. So I'm definitely going to bring these to the scion exchange, and I'm hoping to get some more apple scions to try, y'all, to graft different varieties of apples onto my Fuji apple tree. This is just my area. Y'all know the work area is always a work in progress. I have more Folgers containers, and I use these to put my amendments and fertilizers and everything in there. It's much easier to carry than those big bags. Y'all remember when I redid all of this? I like the way that this came out. I mean, I'm always moving stuff around, so it's never gonna look perfectly home and garden, you know, Instagram ready, because y'all, the Backyard Shenanigans garden is a working garden. It's not just for play. It's not, you know, like this is real. This is a real garden and real stuff, and I don't have time to make everything picture perfect before I do a video. You know, y'all gonna see the real deal. This is my little greenhouse thing, and I do plan on using this spring, probably starting next month, probably starting in February. Right now I have the 6-cell starter trays. This is my GREENSTALK starter kit, and I have the trays in a bucket of bleach and dishwashing liquid to scrub them out. This is my snake plant that grew babies and somehow is still surviving even though I don't do anything to it. This is another pepper plant that I couldn't fit in the graveyard because there's 9 pepper plants in there and I couldn't fit any more. So that's this here, y'all. This sunflower, this bush sunflower finally bit the dust. And y'all, my plumeria, I need to do something with this. I need to do something with it. I finally took it out of the tray that was soaked up with water, which had my poor little plant drowning. Now all the leaves are turning yellow. I'm sure it's something that I need to do with this thing that I haven't done. All of y'all plumeria gardeners, experts, y'all let me know what to do. This is a number 5 pot, so it's probably about 3 or 4 gallons, because y'all know just because it says number 5, that doesn't mean it holds 5 gallons. Like my 65 gallon pots that I have the bananas in, I think they hold 62 gallons of soil. So, but I'm sure I can put this in something bigger, but I need to do something. I have all of the starter trays in here, and I'm going to use my little scrub brush. This is bleach and dishwashing liquid, and of course a lot of soil because they dirty. But I'm going to scrub all of these out and then let them dry until I'm ready to use them. This is my other little greenhouse thing where I have the big bags of soil and supplies, bark, fertilizer, other big things, big bag things that I couldn't fit in the shed. So that's what this is here for. And I hopefully intend at some point to clear most of this out and actually use this as a growing space, maybe for my starter trays and stuff like that. It'll be, you know, maybe like supplies and stuff at the bottom, but then the top, at least one shelf, maybe 2 shelves, will be for seed starting or like protecting small plants, you know, or whatever. I'm going to use it for that. These buckets have decomposed granite or DG in them, and I think one of them has perlite in it. So that's what these are for. I want to move these buckets somewhere else, like not here. I want this whole patio area to be clear. I mean, the exercise equipment is not going to move, but the only thing I want out here is probably this. Like, I don't want these buckets. I don't want any of that right here, y'all. This is full of aphids. This is full of aphids. And you can see, so this is a Romanesco cauliflower, but the aphids have even started crawling in there. At first, they were just on the leaves, but now they actually on the cauliflower itself. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and tell y'all that I'm still gonna eat it, which I could, because with aphids you can spray them off with water, you can manually crush them and squeeze them off, you can do neem oil, you can do Castile soap. You know, they are, to me, the easiest pest to deal with, but also the most nuisance. I started off with 2 of these plants. One of them didn't make it, and then this one did. But with the varying weather, you know, it was cool, it was raining, it was windy, then it was warm. It just was a breeding area for the aphids, like as you can see. So this plant will be gone the next time I do a Backyard Shenanigans video. This is what the patio is looking like now, and I think what I'm gonna do is take the table that's behind me, I'm gonna put that here, and I'm gonna take the garden chairs and I'm gonna put them on the patio, because the table, I like the table being where it is, but it's too big. Like, it's taking too much space to have to walk around. You walk around it on one side, you're about to fall in the pool. You're walking around it on the other side, and you're about to fall into a raised bed. So I think I'm gonna take the table, put it over here. I'm gonna leave the umbrella though. So I'll have the umbrella and the 2 lounge chairs behind me, and then I'll have the 2 tables and these chairs like that over here in this area. All right, y'all, for real, let's see the new 2026 Backyard Shenanigans main growing area winter projects transformation. Ta-da! Y'all, look, I'm so excited, y'all. It's so much hard work went into this transformation. If you recall, I used to have 3 mini raised beds on each side of the plant, the trees that are in the middle, and now I have replaced them with VEGO beds, VEGO metal raised beds. So this one in the front is the kitty raised bed, 17 inches high. I think it's roughly 2x4 or 2x3.5, and I have one on this side and then one on that side, and then I have the 2x8 17-inch high large metal raised beds. I reused all of the soil from out of the 3 mini raised beds. I haven't purchased any soil yet or any additional anything. I repurpose and reuse everything. The boards that made up the raised beds, they are at the bottom of these metal raised beds. Like, y'all, I reused everything. I reused the landscaping fabric. Like, I reused the yellow pallets. I did have to buy the plywood. So I have the yellow pallet, I have plywood, I have the landscaping fabric, and then I have the raised bed. And inside the raised bed at the bottom are the boards, and then the repurposed soil. So I have these out here. If y'all remember way back in the day, I used these to make low frames for the mini raised beds, so I could put first I had chicken wire around them, and then I think I used some of the smaller mesh wire. I put tulle around them, but I took them all down. They've been down for a while, but I'm gonna measure all of these out and see how I can repurpose them and use them, even if just for a frame where I can hang over shade cloth when it gets too hot. Y'all, this is that parsley. Y'all remember this parsley from I don't know how long ago, and it's still here, just keep growing. These are all of the extra garden blocks that I have, and then these are the tables that I had used to be in between by the trees, and they had flowers and whatnot on them. I have them out here on the side, and I think I'm gonna put the black buckets back on top of them and grow flowers or herbs or something in them. I'm gonna do that. Y'all see I still have my oyas. I reuse my oyas. These are more pepper plants. Y'all, did I go crazy with the pepper plants or what? So these are more pepper plants. These two, y'all, these are actually my Suriname cherry plants. Remember, I thought that they had died, y'all. I thought that they were down for the count. I thought they died, but they did not. So I'm going to keep them in these 1 gallon pots until they fill them out, and then I'm going to up pot them and up pot them as they grow. This is I think this is some alyssum that's trying to regrow or something, y'all. It was a flower that started blooming in one of the containers that I was emptying, and so I was like, let me try to save it, and I put it in a 1 gallon pot. I have my flower pots, the little hanging flower pots. I have them back, and I put them back up here. I was thinking about hanging them on the outside of the raised beds, but I was like, nah, let me just go ahead and put them up here. I think I'll have better access to them now. The space is just much more open. Here I have, this is my Royal Lee cherry tree. This is the Royal Crimson cherry tree. I think I'm going to, for this one, this middle, I think I'm going to cut that down to make it even with these. Because what's going to happen is when this tree wakes up and starts blooming and everything, all of the energy is going to go up to the tallest branch, and the ones at the bottom are gonna get the leftovers. So I think I'm gonna cut this down even with this. I'm thinking about cutting this off, but I'm not sure yet. These two I am gonna cut off down here at the bottom. I'll look and see if there's any branches on this tree that I want to prune off. I'm gonna check, y'all. It is so hot out here. And these, y'all, so my Washington Navel Orange, this is my Moore Blood Orange, this is my Pink Lemonade Lemon, and all three of these citrus trees are just, y'all, I don't know what to do with them. I'm trying like different things. My problem though, honestly, y'all, is being consistent with my treatments. I am trying to save these trees. I really am. I know they look like 95% gone and hopeless. There's so much pest pressure. The branches are mutilated. The leaves are gnarly at best. But I'm gonna try to do something with these trees, and it's just, y'all, I'm gonna get it. I have to. This is yet another pepper plant. And I thought I had picked all the peppers off here, y'all, and I didn't. They have these too, so I need to pick them off because they're starting to dry out. But this is another pepper plant that it was green, y'all, so I couldn't kill it. And you can see on the side here, let me see if you can see that. This is, I had to build up this area because this path goes down on a slant. So in order to have this raised bed here, I had to level out the soil, pack in soil, add it. I put this plywood board here, which was left over from the plywood under the raised beds, and then I put some rocks here so they don't fall over. This is a trellis back here, and I think I used this a long time ago back in the day when I was doing watermelon and cantaloupe. I will repurpose that for something. Y'all, reuse, recycle, repurpose, So this is the table I'm saying. I cleared everything off of the table. I'm going to leave the umbrella right here, but I'm going to put the 2 lounge chairs and just have the lounge chairs and the umbrella. So if I want to lay out, but it's too sunny, I can open the umbrella and lay out here. But you see how the table, you know, on this side, you barely have enough space to like squeeze between the table and the raised bed. And then on this side, you have a little bit more space, but still you almost in the pool. So it's just taking up too much space. So I'm gonna put this table over there, and I'm gonna take those lounge chairs, put them over here, and then I'll have the umbrella in the middle. But y'all, the work that it took to do this, and I am so very thankful. Shout out to everybody who helped me, just the hours, the days, the weeks, and the months, y'all, to have this look like this. And I'm not done, you know, it's still in progress, but the main area is at least workable now. I don't have anything planted, no seeds sowed or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm gonna direct sow any seeds in here, or if I'm gonna do all of the seeds in the starter trays, and then once I get a couple sets of true leaves or whatever, then put them out here. I still don't know what I'm gonna plant in these spaces, but I'm gonna figure all of that out. I still have so much work to do, cleanup work and just everything else. You know, I still have a lot of work to do. I have to get all of these buckets. So this is 14 5-gallon buckets fit on this stand, and I have to empty out all of these buckets, resift the soil, you know, get the weeds out, all of that kind of stuff. This was a space for up to 6 more 5-gallon buckets or 5-gallon containers. I might just put 4 instead of 6. We'll see about that. And then this is a space here. I think I have 5. So 5 buckets on this stand, 5 buckets on this yellow pallet, 5 buckets on this yellow pallet. And the reason why I don't have 6 is because I left an open space where I could actually get in and work around. So this will be the open space right here, and then on this one, this spot is the open space, and it just gives me room to get in and work with the buckets as everything is growing. You know, I had three buckets at the bottom, 2 in the middle, 1 at the top, kind of like a pyramid. I had that, and that's what these are. They're already, like, the holes are cut out in a certain way to where it stacks up, and then I use the 6-foot stakes, and I put them inside the buckets to make sure that they don't fall over and all of that. And then I still have to get all of these buckets filled with soil. I'm gonna need more soil than this, but I have that. And then I also have to get these grape plants redone. So y'all, still a lot of work. But this is the Backyard Shenanigans garden. This is the progress that I have done with my 2025-2026 winter projects. I'm still working on it. I'm always gonna be working on it, but I'm still hoping to get everything done by February the 15th, so I can start sowing seeds or planting stuff in the garden, start my seed trays. Like, I'm not rushing though. I'm not rushing to start seeds today or whatever. It's January 20th, so I'm hoping to start seeds in the seed trays by February 15th. So I'm not rushing. Hopefully I want to clear out all of this space, and you see this is landscaping fabric, and I had all of that like the brown mulch, the brown chopped up mulch that you get from Home Depot. and Lowe's. I had that all down here, and over the years it has degraded, and now I'm left with, you know, just this landscaping fabric and uneven ground. And I started scooping up and throwing away all of the brown wood mulch, so I'm left with this. But that's a project for another time, y'all. For another time. I have my hands full right now. So I got these 14 buckets. I have at least 4 there. I have 10 more between these 2 pallets. That's all 5 gallon. And then I have 10 nursery pots and buckets and stuff to, well, nursery pots for the 15 gallon bucket stand. So I'm gonna have plenty growing spaces. As you can see, all above ground except for my 3 trees. So this is my dwarf Meyer lemon, this is my Fuji apple, and then this is my mini royal cherry tree. So that's the only things I have in the ground. Everything else is in raised beds, buckets, and containers. Y'all, I'm so happy with how this looks. And I have the pebbles in between here, you see, on both sides. I have some more pebbles because I want to cover up all of the landscaping fabric. Like, I don't want you to see any of that black landscaping fabric. Well, I don't want to be able to see the black landscaping fabric next to the yellow pallets. Now, of course, you're going to see it. That's right under the raised beds, but I'm talking about as far as on the ground. I don't want to see that. I want to have that all covered up. Like I said, with these PVC pipes, I'm going to measure, well, I'm going to separate them into like lengths and then see what I can do. I'm probably going to end up having to cut some of these because they are longer than the 2-foot width in these raised beds. So that's just another winter project, y'all. Something else to figure out, but I'm working on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you can see and appreciate the progress that I have made. Y'all, it's a lot of hard work. It is. It's a lot of hard work, but it is worth it. I am so excited to see what I end up growing this year and beyond, but especially this year. What I figure out, I already have my layout on my laptop of this new space, and we'll see what I grow, and hopefully you will join me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, click the notifications bell, y'all, all of that stuff. Oh, I think it might be time for me to change my filter. I do have a filter on my hose pipe out here that I water with, so I think it helps, y'all. I can't say one way or another, but I think it does. But y'all, yeah, let me end this video because y'all know me. I got somewhere to go and I got stuff to do. Oh, y'all, wait, I forgot to show y'all these dragon fruit cuttings, and y'all, I don't know. I don't know if they doing well, if they survive, and if they, y'all, I don't know. These remnants of the hibiscus, y'all, all 6 of them, none of them made it. None of the 6 of them made it, and I'm so sad, y'all. Why do I still have them, these little dead sticks stuck in the soil? I don't know, because I see a little red on it, but y'all, they going. They are going. They didn't make it. I'm probably going to leave these dragon fruit in these strawberry trays until I see if they make it, or if they get too big to be in here, you know, we'll see. But yeah, y'all, not for real, let me wrap up this video. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for this video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know. And until next time, be safe, be well, and be blessed.